Well, Coach, now you're pretty close to game day. Had about a month of practice so far. I guess the first thing I want to ask is, how's it gone? Has it gone about how you thought it would go as far as practicing?
Yeah, obviously it's a really exciting time, as the season is only 2 days away today. And it's been going good. I think that the kids have really done a tremendous job showing up and being consistent every day. When you return, 9 players, practice flows a little bit differently. And you can definitely see a difference in their mindset, their determination, and their work ethic every day. And the leadership's been tremendous. We haven't had too many what we call bad practices in this month. Just because of the experience and the leadership. So we've been really pleased. We feel like we're right where we need to be going into Tuesday morning's game.
You mentioned having the 9 players back, so a lot of experience. You mentioned how it makes practice easier. Just what's that experience like as far as when you're on the floor and I guess not having to. You still teach, but it's, I guess, what is that like not having maybe to explain so many of the basics?
Yeah, it's been really nice. I mean, we can do things and we teach something, and the older kids probably have already started telling the new kids what to do by that point, and that's been really nice. They've been really taking them under their wings and showing them the way. And, when practice looks like it may start going down, they pick it up right away or come together and huddle, and that experience is really kind of really propelled them to really push through in practice and as we get going. So, it's just been really nice as a coaching staff to not really have to spend as much time correcting and really yelling or fussing about different things because they handle that. We get to do more of the coaching side of it and fix things. And it's been definitely a big difference, and the flow of practice has been really good and a lot easier.
So now, I remember when I asked Coach Carter when I came in, or like right around the start of practice, she said you guys are gonna try to, I guess, run a little more and press a little more. How do you feel that that's gone? Because obviously that requires a different level of kind of stamina. You got to have the legs for it. So how do you feel like that's gone during practice?
Oh, fantastic. And we've been able to kind of scrimmage a little bit, early on and really see how it's paid off. And we're right where we need to be with the way we want to play. I think Coach Nate, our strength coach, did a tremendous job to get them physically ready to go and to get them in the shape that they needed to be in to be able to play the way we want to play. And you can really see it. We don't get very winded, and we are pretty deep this year. So being able to be deep has allowed us to play the way we want to play. And when they need subs, we can get them in and get them out. And because of that, you've really seen us take a different step. I think our transition game has really improved a lot, and definitely we've improved with our press. We didn't really press as much last year as we wanted to, just with the youth and the lack of experience. At times it really burned us and didn't help us, but after seeing some things with this group, the press is really going to be something that I think is going to play in our favor.
Starting the season out on the road, going up to play SMU. When it comes to the first game of the season, do you scout them? Do you go off of what they did last year? If it's the same coach, like how do you approach that?
Yeah, we are scouting them. We've watched a lot of their games. I mean, they returned 7 players from last season. They were very young too, so the matchup is very similar. In we returned 9, they returned 7, and a lot of them are underclassmen. He does return some older kids too, and he's been there. I think he's been there about the same amount of time as I have. I think we got the job around the same time as head coaches because he comes from Texas. So, I mean, we scout, and we scout them, and I'm sure they've scouted us, and we're putting a game plan in. Obviously, we don't know who he's going to start. He does not know who we will start because he got new kids as well. But he's not going to change much of what he's running. And because of that, I think it's easier for us to have a game plan, and we've got to go in prepared. And I think we will be. I think the matchups are pretty good going against them. It'll be an exciting game because it's a Saturday morning game, number one. It's the first game of the season. And then you're playing in front of it's their student game, their elementary game, where they'll have lots of screaming little kids there for the day. And it's something we played in front of this group at least 2 times last season, for sure at Texas, and I believe we played it somewhere else. I can't remember.
I think that was LSU.
LSU,
Yeah.
You're right. And so we're used to it. I don't think it's something that's gonna throw us off in our rhythm early on. So we're excited for the opportunity. Just excited to get the season going. and ready to go do whatever it takes and win each day.
For sure. And with as much experience as you have, one of the bigger questions coming in is at point guard. And, you know, just you have 2 point guards coming back. You have some that you brought in, you know, via transfer. I guess, did the month or so of practice answer your questions as far as how you feel about point guard?
I feel very confident in our point guard situation. You've seen tremendous growth in the 3 kids that returned. Well, really 2 kids that returned with Rhea Haynes and Quell Robinson, who was hurt, and we just got her back. And then Kyla Hamilton has really jumped in, a freshman, and doesn't look like one when she plays. You know, obviously she hasn't played a game yet, but watching her in some different environments with what we've been doing, she's handled well. So really pleased with that position. I think a lot of people are going to be impressed with the growth and the maturity at that position. And obviously we know that's a key position for us to be successful because we have all the pieces around them. And so I think they're all excited to get going, and they're right where we need them to be as we head into our first game.
Okay. When we were at the McNeese Madness, it was kind of, at least for me, it was kind of the biggest storyline I took from you guys was, you know, seeing Shayla shoot. You know, she was, even during the scrimmage, I know she made a few, and then during the 3-point contest, it seemed like she almost couldn't miss. I guess just how nice is it for you to be able to get another, you know, you had Reagan last year. She was kind of the most dependable perimeter shooter. You have another one coming in. So just how nice is that, and how have you seen her development?
Oh, yeah, Shayla's done a tremendous job. Her ability to knock down open shots has been big for this team. I think she's come in right away and made a stamp, and she's going to help Reagan. She's going to take some pressure off of Reagan, and also Callie. I mean, Callie's a really good 3-point shooter. Also, she just didn't shoot it as much last year. She needed to get to the rim, but the way we're playing and the 4-out-1-in style that we're playing, having those shooters on the floor is going to open up a lot of things. And so we're just excited. I think, you know, with Shayla, you add Kyla. I think Lizzie Radcliffe's going to bring a lot to us. You've got Delilah in the post with one of our freshmen. And then you have Jordan, obviously, is out right now with a hip injury, and she probably won't be back till around conference. And she was a point guard we brought in. But with the newcomers and the freshmen, the way they've adjusted to everything has been pretty impressive. So we're really excited with what we have coming back, with what we've brought in, and just the way they've really gelled together in the chemistry already. You could see it at McNeese Madness, and I just can't wait to see it once we get going.
All right, and then last question is, with the experience and everything, do you believe that, I guess, the expectation this year should be, at the very least, get to the Southland Conference tournament?
No question. We have high expectations for ourselves within this program and within our family. And this group knows what it takes and did not like that feeling of what we went through last season. They did not like winning 7 games. So they've worked, and it showed. They showed up every day in the summer. They worked extra hours in the weight room. They've been getting in the gym consistently. They're going to do whatever it takes. And there's no question that getting to the conference tournament is our ultimate goal right now. And really what our ultimate goal is just winning the day. And we've taken that approach since the time they got here June 9th. And because of that, we've gotten better each day. And so we're just excited with what's ahead. You know, I think our work, I think the chemistry and the thing about being tougher together is what's going to propel us this season. So we're going to take it one day, one game at a time. And let's see what happens.